worse. It did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like...
It's week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. It's the Dolphins and the Jets under the lights on Monday night.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
And last week, that was one of those games that he just wants to erase from his memory banks. But I'll guarantee his coaching staff won't let him do it. They're going to make him learn from it. He really looked like a rookie. In that one. He's going to have those kind of outings in year one, but the big question, what does he take away from them and how does he improve? It starts right here in this game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Wilson. 7 catches, 74 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
2nd and 5. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to find Breece Hall out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and 5. You talk about this Miami defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They've tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they've been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Open man is Noah Brown. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Dolphins had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Jets defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Open man is Hill. He's got it. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
Mike McDaniel dialing up the risk here a little bit on 4th down. They're going to go for it.
delay of game.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From midfield, here's Tua. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. New York set to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's 2nd and 7. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Miami set to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. In motion, Hill. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He's stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit. And let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on 3rd down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now Hall to start the drive. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's power this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. In motion, Hill. Tua going to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. But you have to be a little careful. You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 29. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently 2nd in the league in first downs, and they pick up one here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead. executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
It's a run with Mostert.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
Jason Sanders to kick off all.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Here's Hall again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Throw left side complete. That's Hall. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And shedding through the tackle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Well, sacking on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. give to Hall running right. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Quarterbacks tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 26.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
36 yards on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to pass. Tua.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd and 6. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
And we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go around. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Well, they have not been shy about looking his way in this first half. That's already 7 catches for him now. And we've yet to hit halftime. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The production sensational here early on. That last catch going to put him up over 100 yards receiving already in this first half of play. Two and a throw again. To the right side and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he puts it through. It's a 10-8 game now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
In motion, Hill. On play action, here's Tua. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he fires one incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 21. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Tua. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have come back now to regain the lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Breece Hall, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have regained the lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hill going to go in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire. He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Smith catches left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa rolling to his left.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Pulled out a very strong gain of 24.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They're going to look to throw. He's got Smith here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Eluding the pressure right to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
To throw again on second down. Tua. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Tua going to give this to Wright.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. He's still in search of his first rushing touchdown of the year, but not on that play.
I just wonder if he has some frustration starting to build a little bit because he hasn't gotten into the end zone. Has to just stay calm, stay within himself, just let it happen.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mostert is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the Eagles who were able to swoop in and get the road victory. Jalen Hurts, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Brian Robinson, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams
Make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Short throw to Smith. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right? You
would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
The partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard. That would guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll drop to throw. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and Raheem Mostert making their way out. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Tua sets up to pass it. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Now, this defense just has not been able to keep him under wraps. That's now 10 catches for him in the ballgame.
Looking to pass. Tua. And going deep for Hill. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, the pass interference called on the previous play, that set them up nicely for that 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize from a yard out. Plenty of barking from the sideline about the call, naturally so. But maybe you have to quit barking a little bit and focus on the next play. Their focus wasn't there, and they gave up the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
In motion, Hill. Play action, now it's Tua. Finding Waddle, crossing the field and bringing it in. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Mostert. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Tua going to throw. And this one's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Throw left side complete. Brad Smith. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 8. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now back to throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
And they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Slot man moves right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Brandon Stephens. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field. guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter.
From the 29, here's second down and 7.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
The hard-hitting safety, Jimmy Ward, picking up the sack that time.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Jets on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll drop to throw. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
And he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
And they'll go right back to right.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Short throw to Smith, and he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And they'll end up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup at 25.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of the time, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. In motion left, Hill. They'll run on first down with Wright.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
2nd down and 6 now.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Now a 3rd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a two-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
They'll give to Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They'll try and run it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run. But you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
They'll go again here with Wright. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Second and 7. In motion, Hill. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too. In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This for the lead in the final stages. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 1. 2:23 to play. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Short throw to Smith. Into space at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. The numbers there tell the story. That last completion going to move him up over 400 yards passing now for the game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Tua. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Tua. They'll work the middle here with Wright.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing Tua. A give up the middle to Wright.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 2nd down. Tagovailoa.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
A 27-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So now the focus shifts to the Jets, trailing by 2 after the made field goal. 56 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw.
Has his man, that's James. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. That'll be caught by James. Oh, but he can't get out of bounds. He'll have the 1st down, but he's brought down in play.
He's back to throw.
He's got Smith-Schuster. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our